Laquan Crudup, son of Janelle Crudup. Destin Hayward, son of Titus and Toya Jeffries. Jamel Hodges, son of Stacy and Benita Hodges. Jaquan Horn, son of William Jenkins and Tamika Horn. Jamez Holland, son of James Blossom and Tamika Holland. Dwayne Howell, son of Dwayne and Dora Howell. Zanal Johnson, son of Donald Dean and the late Gloria Johnson. Cameron Jones, son of Jermaine and Kenny Jones. Keandre Manning, son of Tierra Gilliam. Thomas Parrish, son of Thomas and Valerie Parrish IV. Joshawn Ward, son of Candace Parker. ROTC, under the tutelage of Lieutenant Colonel Doherty and Sergeant Master, Third Master Sergeant Christopher Massey. Abigail Bonilla, daughter of Edwin Laredo and Anna Hernandez. Christian Butler, grandson of Wanda Parker. Band under the direction of Michael Jenkins. Jasmine Epps, daughter of LaQuinta Jordan. Jada Garland, daughter of Sean Garland. Majesty Richardson, daughter of Mark and Tamara Richardson. TJ Andrews, son of Timothy Andrews. Amari Anstead, son of Derek Anstead and Phyllis Hawkins. Gregory Finner, son of Alvetta Cooper. Destiny Lewis, son of Joe and Luciana Lewis Sr. Kenny Snowden, son of Ralph and Lorraine Snowden. Keon Underhill, son of Ivory Underhill and Renata Davis. Cheerleaders, coached by Shyla Parrish. Ayana Bellamy, daughter of Terrence Bellamy and Anna Carter. Jakayla Farmer, daughter of Melvin and Katrina Farmer. Rose Keck, daughter of David and Dana Keck. Shataria Saunders, daughter of Terrence Saunders and Cherish Whitaker. Jefferka Taylor, daughter of Jeffrey and Novella Taylor. Once again, congratulations to all of our seniors, and thank you to the parents and guardians for allowing your child to participate in Griffon Athletics.
Our military armed forces, including those that serve or who have served as law enforcement and fire and rescue personnel, please join both of our schools as we honor these brave Americans in our great country by standing together, united as one nation, under one flag, and in solidarity as one people for the playing of our national anthem.
And good evening, Firebird football fans, and welcome to Rocky Mount Senior High. It's the Griffons that are hosting the Southern Nash Firebirds tonight in the number 1 versus number 2 battle in the Big East 3A Conference. Southern Nash comes in 6-0 and ranked second in the conference, and Rocky Mount 5-2, ranked number 1. Both are undefeated in the conference at 3-0. So should be a good battle tonight. Last season, Rocky Mount got the upper hand and handed Southern Nash a loss. So a little payback looking to happen tonight. And we're just we're thrilled to be here. And tonight's game sponsored by longtime sponsor Vandermark Farms. And we'll be touching a little bit more on them later. We're proud to have them back. And a new scoreboard sponsor for the Rocky Mount game tonight is Darkside Estates. And with that, we'll be getting things underway here in just a moment. And as always, welcome to Firebird Friday Night Lights.
Show captain for Southern Nash, number 60, Dustin Hall. Number 4, Jonathan Daniels. Number 28, Nathaniel Calcio. And number 3, Leon Jones. For the Griffons, number 3, DeAndre Manning. Number 23, Dwayne Howe. Number 18, Thomas Parrott. And Kashawn Ward for the Griffons.
And welcome back. As you see, the coin toss is underway. Once again, this is Brent Cone back after the 1 week hiatus. Joined tonight by Kenneth Fly at my side to give some stats for us. And I am excited to be back to give you the play-by-play action. And as you'll see here, that Southern Nash has won the coin toss and opted to defer to the second half. So the Griffons will receive the opening kickoff. They'll have the ball first. And we'll see if the Southern Nash defense, led by Big Dusty Hall, can hold them up. Dusty, you see there, one of the captains, along with Jonathan Daniel, Nathaniel Palacios, and Leo Jones, who I refer to as Junior. And we'll be getting things underway here shortly. Just to let you know, one of our favorite sponsors, Vandermark Sod Farm. Vandermark Sod Farm is a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Growing grass can not only be rewarding, it can be also fun and satisfying. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And we definitely want to thank Keaton and the entire Vandermark family for being strong supporters of Southern Nash athletics, as well as throughout Nash County over the years. Your support is appreciated more than you will ever know.
Head varsity coach Jason Battle, assistant Brandon Arrington, Thomas Battle, Leroy Byrne, William Carey, Colin Buechel, Jermaine Jones, Mackenzie Kearney, Michael Mabry, Taylor Newton, and Sam Walton. Equipment manager Ron Driver and Irwin Dancy. Team physician Dr. Clay Nelson. Athletic first responder Darryl McKellar. Principal Daniel Coleman. And athletic director Michael Gaines.
All right, and my buddy Ron Wakowitz, Tenderoni, he's on for the opening kickoff, and he'll do the pooch kick. Fair catch is signaled for down about the 27, 28-yard line, and make that the 23-yard line. I guess a week away, I can't see straight for the yard markers. And that's where the Griffons will take over 1st and 10.
This is a big conference matchup tonight with multiple teams undefeated. It's a three-way tie right now for first place between Rocky Mount Southern and Northern Nash.
And a big sack by Antonio Woodard.
By number 31, Antonio Woodard.
That's one of my other buddies, Tony. He gives me a hard time late night on Facebook when I get things wrong. So I'll make sure I get this one right for Tony. He starts things off with a big sack.
Loss of 14 on the play.
So backing things up for the Griffon, now down inside the 10-yard line, be 2nd and 24 from the 9. Handoff around the left end. Once again met in the backfield by Junior. They're going to call, and that's Leo Jones. They're going to call down on the forward progress. The play ended up in the end zone. However, it is not a safety. Looks like they will give him pretty much back to the line of scrimmage. And that was Elijah Battle on the carry. So the front line of Southern Nash starting off looking awfully strong tonight. Battle again on the carry, slips a tackle out to about the 19.
Elijah Battle, the ball carrier. It is 4th down.
It's like he was finally brought down by Malachi Dobbins. It's going to bring up 4th and 13 now for the Griffons, and they'll be forced to punt.
Deshaun Ward back to punt.
And that's Jashun Ward who gets the punt away. Vic thought about taking it, and it'll take a Southern Nash bounce, stay in Griffon territory, and the Southern Nash Firebirds will take over 1st and 10 from the Griffon 45. So great field position here for the Firebirds to get things started. So, Kenneth, I know you've been calling some Rocky Mount games. You can kind of get us up to speed on what some of their strong points are.
Yeah, pretty much. It's mainly offense. The defense been pretty good. You got Elijah Battle. He'll play on both sides sometimes. And you got several ones like number 7, Shamir Mitchell. He'll always give the opposing quarterback a fit.
Well, their defensive line got through that time and was able to stop Gandy on his first carry at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 10 now for the Firebirds.
But, this is probably one of the first games this season that Rocky Mount has actually seen a running back like Jackson Vick.
And that's who they see next. Looks like he'll gain a couple before he is slung down hard. Rocky Mount's going to try to say the ball came out, although the forward progress was stopped after about a 2, maybe a 3-yard gain. Looks like about a 2-yard gain. I can tell you, they might not have seen a running back like Jackson Vick, but as of late, it's been Trey Mitchell and Sammy Gandy that have really been turning it on. So they may have an issue with seeing the dynamic trio.
Yeah, the 3-headed monster like last Friday night against Bunn.
motion again, and that's going to be Trey Mitchell around the left end. He'll take the end, turn it back in. Finally forced out of bounds down about the 25-yard line.
And it looks like it was Keandre Manning
Take the ball carrier.
and
Just
Shamir
unboard
Mitchell
the
on the tackle there.
It is a first down
So if
for
you
the
key on
Firebirds.
Jackson Vick, you may be in trouble
26-yard line.
because Trey Mitchell and Sammy Gandy have definitely come into their own in the past few games. The three combined for around 400 yards 2 weeks ago. And Gandy gets the carry, gain of about 3 on that play.
Sammy Grandy, the ball carrier.
Call that 2nd down and 7
Tackled
now.
by Jamel Hodges.
And, of course, Brock Alford starting at the QB tonight. It'll be interesting to see if Zyshawn White gets any reps under center tonight. That's another threat that the Firebirds have shown as of late. And the pitch back to Gandy. Brock gets hit in the backfield. After the pitch, Gandy will make it around the end and gain. Looks like about another 3 or 4 yards on that carry.
It is 3rd down.
A little deceiving, not as much as I thought. It gained a couple, and that looks like 3rd down and 5. Call it a short 5 or a long 4 here. And Jackson Vick with the handoff this time. Down another short gain. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Firebirds.
Jackson Vick, the ball carrier. Joshua Perkins on the tackle. It's 4th down.
So 4th and we'll call this one a long 2 for the Firebirds. And obviously Coach Batchelor going to go for it here in the red zone of the Griffons. And they draw them off sides as Rocky Mount had some personnel that got in late for the defensive set. And that's going to move the chains, if I'm not mistaken. And that'll be 1st and goal now. No, not quite 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line.
And you know, Brent, you asked me earlier what is one of the things Rocky Mount has going against them, penalties. They have been making these same penalties almost all the time.
And Alford back to pass. Got a man wide open and through the hands of the intended receiver. So nearly a first touchdown pass for Alford. Intended receiver was Jackson Vick. It's going to bring up 2nd down to 10. Trey Mitchell with the handoff. He'll slip as he hits the line. Not sure if he tripped over one of the linemen that went down in the blocking scheme. Jackson Vick also on the ground there. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 now for the Firebirds. And there'll be a pitch to Trey Mitchell. Flag's going to come flying in. I think there's going to be probably an offsides against the Firebirds. Looks like they were having some issues getting set up for that play, and that is a legal procedure. So that'll move them back 5 yards.
And they're going to decline the penalty.
The penalty is declined. It is 4th down.
So that'll bring up 4th down. An actual loss on the play will make it 4th and 10. And once again, Coach Batchelor going for it here from the 15-yard line. and tried to draw him off sides again. Didn't work. The left end moved, but was able to get back set for the Griffons, and Brock Alford forced to use the Firebirds' first timeout. And with that, we'll remind everybody of tonight's sponsor, Vandermark Side Farms. They are year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And when I talk about Vandermark Farms, I always love to talk about Mac Brown and the big mistake that he made in not going with natural grass. Doesn't seem to be paying off too well for those Tar Heels this year. Sorry, Tar Heel fans. Yeah, Kenneth, you can go ahead and say something. I see you nodding your head over there. Us Wolfpack fans, you know, we are the official talent funnel for the North Carolina State Wolfpack. So we can pick on Coach Brown and his turf and all his losses.
Yeah, that's for sure.
the return of the Mac. And Jonathan Daniels on for the field goal, and it's good. He splits the uprights. 20-yard field goal. Excuse me, a 30-yard field goal.
5:52 to play in the first quarter. Southern Nash 3.
And Southern Nash takes the early lead 3-0 with 5:52 remaining in the first quarter. And sorry about that being a delay on the play call there. I was too busy picking on the Tar Heels, that's just fun within itself. And Southern Nash will be set to kick off again. And normally I get to this later in the game, but right now we want to give a big shout out to the Peachtree Hills Community Club watch party. They should be on tonight. I missed them last week. Hopefully they are joining us and watching tonight's game, along with a few adult beverages. You guys have some fun out there cheering on the Firebirds. We appreciate you joining in. And look, if you have a watch party and you'd like me to give you a shout out, Facebook message us on the Southern Nash News, and I'll be glad to give you a shout-out during the game for your watch party. We'd love to recognize the fans of the Firebirds. Another fair catch is signaled for there. It's just about the 21-yard line. And the Griffons, pretty much the similar field position to their first possession, will take over 1st and 10 from the 21. But, yeah, as I was saying, if you guys have a watch party and you want to get a shout-out send us a Facebook message or however you want to reach out to Southern Nash News or Tar River Sports. And as long as it's legit and nothing ridiculous, I'll give you a shout-out. So from the shotgun, and that's Stephon Jones. And their first positive yardage play of the night, a 3-yard gain. Cameron Jones on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 7 here for the Griffons. And back to pass, and that'll fall incomplete.
Jones's pass is incomplete.
Intended receiver was Cialio Alphonse. We'll see if I pronounced that right. I'm getting the thumbs up. We'll just call him Alphonse here for going on out.
Way to call me out, Mark.
Hey, you guys, you messed up on the Ron Wakowicz thing last week, but that's okay. You recovered with tenderoni. Once again, from the shotgun is Jones. A low snap. It'll be a pass out in the flat, and it'll be incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down now for the Griffons, who will obviously be forced to punt again deep in their own territory. And so far tonight, the Griffons have struggled to get any positive offensive yardage. They had the one big run earlier, but it didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage after the sacks that occurred. So
Gandy back deep for Southern Nash.
Coach Battle will have to be looking for something to get some offense generated for the Griffons. And nice punt. And it'll be picked up by Sammy Gandy. He'll split the middle. He's still on his feet. A flag will come in. Finally thrown down at about the Griffon 37-yard line. That flag came in from the other side of the field. And it looks like they're going to be signaling for a hold.
Yeah, be a hold or a block in the back.
And that's a hold against the Firebirds.
In the back against the Firebirds.
So that'll pretty much negate the entire run for Sammy Gandy. A nice return there. And the Firebirds will be forced to start actually in their own territory for this offensive possession.
The Firebirds will start first and 10 at their own 35.
And it'll be first and 10 for Southern Nash from their own 35-yard line. So Alford under center. Pitch to Jackson Vick. He's around the right end. That's his sweet spot as he carries it into Griffon territory out across the 50 down to the 47-yard line.
Flag came in.
So another flag on the play. And you mentioned earlier, Kenneth, that Rocky Mount seems to have been plagued by a lot of penalties. Southern Nash has been known to draw their share of penalties. They've been a little inconsistent. Some games it's clean, some games it's pretty heavy. And this is going to be another penalty against Southern Nash.
Personal foul against the Firebirds.
And that's a personal foul. And that's going to take it all the way back.
It'll be first down and 7.
It'll be first down and 7 as they mark it off from the point of the foul. Repeat the down. Another pitch to Vick. He'll be caught in the backfield. This time going to be no gain and actually a loss on the play of another couple of yards.
Tackle made by DeAndre Lynch.
And DeAndre Lynch on the stop.
You know, one of the things about Rocky Mount defense, they got to know that Southern Nash can score quick and they can score often, so they're trying to make sure they're trying to contain Jackson Vick. But like you said, you can contain Vick, but then you got Mitchell and Gandy as the other two running backs.
That's right. And we mentioned DeAndre Lynch on the tackle. It's funny, on the roster, they've got him listed as 6'3", and his weight is 0. Unfortunately, that is not even close to representative of his actual weight, which means on another roster, 280 pounds, so just a little off. That's a full-grown man out there playing in DeAndre Lynch for the Griffons. So another penalty called on the play.
Delay a game.
Delay a game against the Firebirds.
So apparently the penalty occurred before the play got off. So second down and 11. Trey Mitchell will take it around the left end. He's caught by the shirt. Pushed out of bounds just shy of the 50. Another flag comes in. I think that's probably going to be a late hit on the Griffons.
Tackle made by Johnny Horton.
As the whistle had blown, and then they threw Mitchell to the ground. And that was Horton on the stop for the Griffons.
Personal foul against the Griffons.
And they'll tack 15 yards onto that. And it will be first and 10 from the 40 now, as that will move the Firebirds back into Rocky Mount territory. Offered back to pass. He's got Jackson Vick wide open. It's caught complete. And Jackson Vick on the touchdown on the completed pass from Brock Alford. And the two connect for the first touchdown of the night. And Southern Nash pulls ahead 9-0. As Coach Batchelor continues to pull new tricks out of his hat.
Jonathan Daniels in to try the extra point.
And Jonathan Daniel on for the extra point attempt. That would have been a 40-yard pass. And Daniel's kick will split the uprights.
The kick is good.
And with 3:33 left in the first period, Southern Nash pulls ahead 10-0.
10. Rocky Mount nothing.
And it looks like Senator Barnes is smiling and starting to look through the directory of restaurants in Rocky Mount early. As I don't know if a lot of you viewers are aware of the friendly wager that was made between Senator Barnes and Mayor Sandy Robertson. If Rocky Mount wins, Mayor Robertson gets a bushel of sweet potatoes, and I'm pretty sure that Senator Barnes has access to some sweet potatoes. And if Southern Nash wins, then Senator Barnes gets to pick her choice of restaurants at Rocky Mount Meals at the treat of Mayor Robertson. So a little something extra to add on to tonight's game.
I'd recommend tap 1918.
And Wakowicz with a kickoff again. No fair catch signaled this time, but we fielded at the 25. Bringing it around the right side. Brought down at the 35-yard line
Jaquan Horn on the return.
by the Southern Nash Special Teams.
Daniel Palacio on the tackle.
So about a 10-yard return. Palacio with the hard hit to stop the progress of the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Griffon 35. And that would be Rocky Mount's best field position of the night. Once again, Coach Battle of the Griffons looking to get some offensive output generated here. And this will be handed off again to Elijah Battle, and he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looks like there may possibly even be a loss of 1 yard. It's going to bring up 2nd down 11. So that pretty much at this point leaves Rocky Mount in a negative yardage situation, or maybe +1. No, because they never got back to the line of scrimmage the first time. So they're pretty much in a negative yardage situation right now. Jones with the fake handoff looks to pass, and he's going to be sacked again. This time it's Mitchell Jones that gets into the backfield for the big sack.
It's 3rd down.
And the negative yardage grows for the Griffons. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 19.
You know, last week they struggled really bad against a Nash Central team. 13-7 was what the game. They ended up winning 13-7 for Rocky Mount.
You know, Nash Central, I feel like, is really close to putting something together, being on the brink of turning their program. A fumble by Stephon Jones. He'll pick it up and throw it. And they're going to say incomplete. A lot of the Rocky Mount fans wanted pass interference on that call. No flag was thrown. Nice recovery by Jones to be able to pick up the fumbled football and get the throwaway as he was being hit. It was actually on target. And that's going to bring up 4th and long now for the Griffons, and for the 3rd time tonight, they'll be forced to punt. And they'll kick it again to Gandy, who will let it fall. And couple of back and forth bounces of the football before it's finally down by the Griffons. And Southern Nash will take over once again, 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. I think Gandy actually thought, I think he entertained the idea of picking that ball up, trying to run with it. I'm not so sure if the ball hadn't bounced funny if he wouldn't have scooped it up and tried to run. And we'll get our first look at Zyshawn White now in at quarterback. I mentioned that earlier. Another option that Coach Batchelor is using now is switching of quarterbacks in and out, and that's been successful as well. Zyshawn will tuck and keep that himself. And a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play.
Tackle by Lynch.
And one thing I can attest to, Zyshawn White is fast. Freaky fast. Jimmy John's fast. Zyshawn, also one of my baseball players. Center fielder for the Firebirds, and we've been playing a little fall league. And Gandy with the handoff, he is just refusing to come down. I'm telling you, when the legs, the machine guns of Sammy Gandy go to chopping, it is hard to get that kid down with the balance and that low center of gravity that he feasts on.
Gandy, the ball carrier. It is a
He'll move the
first down.
sticks. First down for Southern Nash. You know, it's almost scary to think about what it would have been like if Sammy could have been with Southern Nash his full 4 years and had learned the program all the way through, just to see what he's done in these 2 very close seasons that he's been able to play. And that, I believe, was Vic on the handoff up the middle. Gain of about 3 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 7.
Vic, the ball carrier. Tackle made by number 50, Stephen Batchelor.
And I know we've now seen Brock Alford's arm for the night, but I got to tell you, Zyshawn White has a strong arm as well. And we won't get to see it in the first quarter as quarter number 1 comes to an end with Southern Nash leading 10-0 over the home Griffons here on their senior night.
Rakesha Arrington.
And that's up on the dark side on the State's scoreboard.
Sanaya Burris.
And yes, our normal scoreboard sponsor is Baker Professional Services, but this is a Rocky Mount game, and this is Dark Side Hunter States. And just to let you know a little bit, Dark Side, they are a real haunted adventure. Now in its 40th year of Chills and Thrills, open every Friday and Saturday in October near Middlesex. Visit darksidehauntedestates.com for tickets and directions. We'll show a little preview for you here of Dark Side Haunted Estates. We'll be right back. All right, we'll get to that preview later. Having a few technical difficulties up here. And here we go. Second quarter underway. Southern Nash football, 2nd and 7 from the Griffon 39-yard line. Zyshawn White under center. Mitchell goes in motion. Gandy up the middle, takes a sneaky little handoff. He'll turn it back. Once again, refusing to go down. Take it down to the 15-yard line of Rocky Mount, and that's where they'll mark him down, and Gandy will move the sticks again. That was a very deceptive handoff. We were at the perfect angle to see it.
Looked like he about ran into the quarterback there too.
We're gonna bypass the misdirection, and we're gonna join this commercial here for Dark Side Estates. Mark And Jackson Vick on the carry will take it down inside the 10-yard line.
Jackson Vick, the ball carrier.
Sorry about that commercial interrupting that play. We promise we will wait till change of possession or something next time. Just trying to make sure we can get this thing to work out here for the technical difficulties. We apologize. It is now 2nd down and 4 from the Griffon 9-yard line. That was Jackson Vick on the carry with a 6-yard gain. And Vick will get the call again with a spin move. He'll be tripped up and looks like he's going to be down just shy of the goal line. It'll be enough for a first down, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Make that the 1-yard line. Of Rocky Mount. So Southern Nash threatening once again with a fresh set of downs and 1 yard to go. Obviously, holding on to the football here and protecting is critical. Lamar Jackson can attest to that. And it looks like they're going to punch that, waiting for a signal here. And there it is, touchdown, Firebirds. Not sure who that was that carried that in. I believe it may have been Dawson May.
Touchdown for the Firebirds.
On the carry as he checked in at fullback. Dawson May has been now kind of deemed as the short yard
in to try the extra point.
specialist. And Daniels on for the extra point attempt. Low snap, whistle blows.
Flag on the play.
It's like there's going to be offsides against the Griffons. That'll be half the distance to the goal line. That'll shorten up the attempt. And with that, Coach Batchelor will change and opt to go for 2 here. The 2-point conversion. 8. As Dawson May back in, we'll see if he gets the call again. And if he did not carry that in a while ago, I apologize. And he will not get the handoff this time. This time it's Jackson Vick. And the 2-point conversion is good. And with 10:19 left in half, up on the dark side Honda State scoreboard, Southern Nash now leads 18-0. And now we're going to take a shot possibly to give you a little info on dark side Honda States. And there you go. We pulled it off. We're back. Dark Side Haunted Estates sponsoring this week's scoreboard.
Cameron Jones is the deepest man.
And believe it or not, we're going to take a shot at a second commercial for Vandermark Farms at some other time during the broadcast. And Ron Walkowitz on for the kickoff again. Fair catch is signaled again. And this will be at the 24-yard line. So pretty much the same kicking distance for Rome the entire night. He's hitting it right there about the 25-yard line. We've had 3 fair catches and 1 return of about 10 yards. But nevertheless, Rocky Mountain not being able to put anything up on the board offensively at all. And by that, I don't just mean score, I mean offensive yardage.
Watch the one-on-one coverage on the left side here.
So Jones will hand it off up the middle. Room to run for Jaquan Horn. One man to catch him, and that's going to happen. Finally caught from behind by Kahari Caudle.
Flag on the play.
Flag will come out.
38-yard run if it stands.
And it is a horse collar tackle called against the Firebirds. So that'll tack some yardage on at the end of the play. And just like that, Rocky Mount is in the red zone. And the offensive yardage goes to positive for the Griffons. 1st and 10 from the Southern Nash 15. Jones from the shotgun. And he's going to roll out with a quick pitch out to Horn. And Horn will be stopped with a short gain around the right end. So bring up 2nd down and 6 here for the Griffons. As this they're really their first opportunity to threat to score. Trailing 18-0 with 9:20 remaining up on the dark side Honda State scoreboard. And a reverse field run here will take it down close to 1st down yardage.
That was Battle.
Elijah Battle on the ball carry.
Elijah Battle on the carry.
Tackled by Dobson.
So we'll bring up 3rd and about 1 here for the Griffons.
3rd and 1.
Jones under center. And Rocky Mount will jump.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be offsides against the Griffons.
Legal procedure against the Griffons.
And that'll move it back 5 yards and repeat 3rd down. It's now 3rd down and 6. Coach Battle cannot be happy about that. Jones from the shotgun, back to pass, got pressure, he throws it as being hit, and it's caught by the tackle. That's going to be I'm pretty sure that's going to be an ineligible receiver downfield, as that was a lineman that caught that football. We'll wait to see what the officials call here. And I'm looking for the number. That would be
65.
Terrence Kearney. If the touchdown stands and he's like, hey, it came to my hands. I caught it. Because it was thrown directly to him. Pretty much didn't have a choice. And that is the call. It'll be an eligible receiver downfield. So that will take the touchdown away.
The penalty is against the Griffons.
And that'll be a 10-yard penalty. And it's now gone from 3rd and 1
It will now be 3rd and 16.
to 3rd and 16 for the Griffons. So, Kenneth, this kind of goes along with what you were saying earlier about the Griffons being plagued by penalties. Really a prime scoring opportunity there for Rocky Mount.
Yeah, there's been multiple times where they've been in scoring position just like this, and penalties back them up, whether it's a false start like it was earlier or illegal procedure. And they're still having a discussion here. Now they're picking the ball up.
So that looks like there was a second penalty. They'll tack on another 5 yards.
Downfield for the Griffons.
So I'm not sure what the 10-yard penalty was for. We're being told that the 5-yard penalty was a legal receiver downfield. Both times it was signaled for I think it was illegal procedure and illegal man downfield. So that makes it 3rd and 21. Backwards pass. And Jackson Vick on the stop on a rare defensive appearance by Jackson Vick, which we hope becomes a norm come the fall as he joins the North Carolina State Wolfpack playing on natural grass at Carter Finley Stadium. And yes, that was for you, Mr. Vandermark. So 4th and long. And Rocky Mount's going to go for it.
Flag.
Another flag on the play.
No, timeout.
As the whistle blows. No, it'll actually be timeout Southern Nash. That'll be their second of the night. And with that, we'll talk about Vandermark Farms. They are a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Growing grass can not only be rewarding, it can also be fun and satisfying. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And here we go with the big commercial. Stephon Jones throws it long, looking for the end zone. Pass is going to be incomplete. The Southern Nash defender was lined up for an interception. Jaquan Horn stepped in front, tried to make the catch at the last minute. Could not pull that off. And Rocky Mount will turn the ball over on downs.
1st and 10 at their own 30.
And it'll be Southern Nash ball 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
So once again, promising drive for Rocky Mount. Ends up in penalties and then turnover on downs.
And that was Thomas Copeland who was back waiting for the interception. Trey Mitchell with the handoff this time. He'll be hit in the line of scrimmage and thrown backwards. Forward progress should get him back for no gain.
Mitchell, the ball carrier. Tackle made by D'Angelo Johnson.
And Zyshawn White remains in at quarterback. And Mitchell gets the call again. He'll take it around the left end. He'll try to make the turn. He'll be tripped up as he rounds the end. And a gain of a little less than a yard. We'll call it 3rd and 9 now with a 1-yard gain. So the Rocky Mount defense starting to step up a little bit and try to stop these Firebirds. As they look at the three-back set. And this time Gandy will get the handoff, and he is off to the races down to the 35-yard line before he's finally brought down well inside Rocky Mount territory as he just exploded from inside of the pack and swept out and made the big run.
35-yard run.
35-yard gain there for the Firebirds behind the machine guns of Sammy Gandy. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Firebirds from the Griffon 34-yard line. And it looks like Zyshawn White will keep this one for himself. Flag's going to come in behind the play. He'll get it back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. The penalty is going to be against the Firebirds.
Tackle made by Jamil Hodges. There's a flag down.
So it looked like a hold. That'll repeat 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and, 1st down and 20 now for the Firebirds. Mitchell goes in motion. He'll take the handoff. He's around the left end as he'll break around, get back to the original line. Only one man can stop him, but he's pushed from behind. Down inside the 15.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Oh, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 28-yard line, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 4.
So 16-yard run there.
And the ball comes out. And it looks like Vic will make the recovery. Kind of a poor handoff there in the exchange between White and Vic. The quick thinking of Jackson Vic scoops it back in, and it actually ends up with a slight gain for the Firebirds. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2. Got to make sure that's a secure handoff, and this time it is, as Vic will cut back into the middle of the field down inside the 20. And that's going to move the sticks once again for the Firebirds. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Firebirds. So they're at the edge of the red zone. As Leo Jones will check in to replace Jackson Vic. But yes, that's Junior. White under center. He'll hand it off to. Oh, that actually was Nathaniel Palacios, the team one of the team captains for tonight.
Vic on the carry. Tackled by Jaquan Horn.
And that was not, I don't know if you heard the announcer in the background, that was not Jackson Vic. Jackson Vic had checked out. That was Palacios on the carry. And it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 9-yard line, I think. Mm-hmm. And Mitchell, with the sidestep, will take it down inside the 5. We'll see where forward progress takes him.
Mitchell the ball carrier. Tackle by Perkins.
And they're going to mark him down at exactly the 5. So that'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
It is 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line.
And Sammy Gandy gets the handoff again. He's down to about the 1 before he's dropped. They're going to say he did not get all the way in. So it's going to bring up third and just under a yard to get to the goal line.
It is third down at the 1 yard line.
As the clock continues to tick away in the first half. Up on the dark side Honda State scoreboard. And this one will be given to, I believe that was Dawson May again on the carry. We're going to see, we'll get a number.
Yep, Dawson May.
And that was Dawson May again. The short yardage specialist, the big guy.
Touchdown, Firebird.
And it's now 24-0 with 2:15 left in the half up on the dark side Honda State scoreboard. With Daniels on for the extra point attempt. And number 8, Dawson May, he'll probably kill me for saying this, but when we were younger, he was always known as Big Country.
The kick is good.
And Daniel splits the uprights yet again.
The legal procedure.
There is legal procedure called against the Firebirds, so that'll be, we'll look to see if they're going to re-kick or they're going to assess that on the kickoff. Looks like they're going to re-kick it. So this now a 25-yard attempt for Daniels. And it's going to be partially blocked.
It's blocked by number 3, DeAndre Manning.
Number 3, DeAndre Manning with the quick hands will deflect that. And so the score will remain Southern Nash 24, Rocky Mount 0. 2:15 remaining in the half. And once again, tonight's game brought to you by Vandermark Sod Farm. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs today. And once again, we want to thank Keaton and the entire Vandermark family for being strong supporters of the athletics throughout Nash County, specifically for Southern Nash over the years. Your support is appreciated more than you know.
Challenge to kick off.
And that would be Wakowitz. I'm going to have to tell the PA announcer, just don't try the last name, just say Tenderoni.
Cameron Jones.
Worked for me last week.
And DeAndre Manning are deep on the Griffons.
For all you people who are around the same age as me, you'll remember the Bobby Brown song back from the late 80s, Tenderoni. Yes, that's where it comes from. And another high kick. This one down to about the 20. Going to be an attempted return and room to run. As Jaquan Horn will bring it out to midfield and beyond for the Griffons. And Rocky Mount will have 1st and 10 from inside Southern Nash territory as it's our 1st and 10 from the Firebird 48-yard line with 2:08 remaining in the half. I'm sure Coach Battle would love to put some points up on the board. Get rid of that goose egg at halftime. We'll see if they test the arm of Jones again, and he will be back to pass. Has a man open. The ball is caught by Alphonse. And Dawson May will finally stop him down at about the 31-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Griffons.
I saw that play from up here. I knew I had seen that formation before, calling the games earlier, and when I saw it, I'm like, if they can get him open, they're going to go to it.
So they like to mark him down at the 32. 1st and 10 from the 32.
16-yard gain.
And right up the middle is Cameron Jones, who is a little slow to get up.
Jackson Vick on the tackle.
And that's good for another first down on a little over 10-yard run there for Jones.
And Jones going to come out in a minute, have the trainers look at him. Timeout.
So Rocky Mount will take a timeout now. They're first of the half. Was that a timeout? That was awfully quick for a timeout. Official timeout for injury. Okay. Jones back to pass again. Just off the fingertips of Jamez Holland. It's going to bring up second down at 10. Actually, it was a really nice leading pass there by Jones, just off the fingertips. As Rocky Mount now sends two wide out to the right, one to the left. Jones from the shotgun. And he's going to keep this himself, run it back up the middle. And he's going to be stopped
Jones on the quarterback keeper.
by Sammy Gandy on the keeper. They're going to mark him down at about the 15-yard line.
Rocky Mount still got all three of their timeouts.
It's third down.
So 1:03 remaining. And to Kenneth's point, yes, Rocky Mount does have all three timeouts left. It's third down and about 3. Jones looking to pass again. He'll have to scramble, and he's going to be sacked.
Jones is sacked on the play.
And Dawson May, we'll try to get some numbers in here for you. That was Dawson May, Bryson Richardson,
Timeout, Griffon.
and Deshaun Pitts. In on that stop. So that's a huge stop there for the Firebirds, as that's going to bring up fourth down and about 5 here for the Griffons, who had been moving the ball extremely well. And Griffons will use a timeout here with 36 seconds remaining in the first half up on the Dark Side Honda Estates scoreboard. So a big play here for both teams, as Rocky Mount would love to get on the scoreboard, and Southern Nash would love to get this stop and keep them off of it. Jones will be sacked by big Dusty Hall as he comes rushing through. Yeah, I heard there's a new saying that was introduced last week, the Hall is the wall. Well, the Hall plowed the ball that time. I mean, my gosh. So a huge defensive play there by the Firebirds to take it away yet again. Second time the Griffons will turn it over on downs in this half. And 33 seconds will remain in the first half. Alford back in at quarterback. And Jackson Vick, who did go down with cramps a minute ago, is now back in. They must have found the Arthur Perry bananas over there on the sideline to get him back straight. God bless Mr. Perry. He used to always walk around. He kept a bunch of bananas over there because he knew with the cramps that potassium was the best thing, as Coach Batchelor opts to go into victory formation in the first half. And he'll take a knee and let the clock apparently run out. I think there's some discussion on whether or not they have to run another play. And that's going to do it as the clock will wind down here in the first half, as Southern Nash leads the Griffons here at home on Sunday night 24-10. to 0. Once again, this is Brent Cone and Kenneth Fly here live from Rocky Mount Stadium, and we'll be back with the second half shortly. In the meantime, enjoy the Rocky Mount Senior High Band, their halftime performance. We'll be back.
Barbecue sandwich for Chick-fil-A. Holly was one of the strongest people to walk the halls of Rocky Mount High School. She had an infectious spirit and strength and joy that impacted every person she came into contact with, and even those that she didn't. Holly was diagnosed with cancer at the young age of 15 and fought her battle courageously. She inspired so many with her strength and resilience throughout her battle. She focused on giving back and helping others who were fighting the same battle. She raised over $25,000 and counting for hematology and oncology at UNC Cancer Center. One could say that Holly did not lose her battle because she beat cancer in the way she lived and how she continues to live through her legacy. Her family and her friends, who all loved her deeply. For every ticket sold tonight, the athletic department will donate $1. The Athletic Booster Club will also donate the proceeds from the Pink Shirts. Thank you for the following sponsors of the Pink Shirts: CDJ Graphics, LLC, OIC of Rocky Mount, Fat Wraps and Tint, LLC, and Dave Gerard of Rocky Mount Farm Bureau. At this time, we would like for the entire stadium to turn on your flashlights and cell phones and hold it out high. Let's have a moment of silence to remember loved ones who have lost the fight to this deadly disease. At this time, we would like for any and all survivors to stand, and let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations to you all. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. Fight. Holly Strong.
Right there.
Southern Nash will receive the second half kickoff.
And welcome back to the start of the second half. Southern Nash leading the Griffons 24-0. And if you recall, Southern Nash won the opening coin toss and deferred to the second half. So they will start off receiving the football.
One thing Rocky Mount needs to be aware of right now is who they're going to throw the ball, who they're going to kick the ball to, especially Vic and Mitchell, because both of them are very dangerous.
Well, you think about that deep kick, and this is, obviously this is the first time Rocky Mount's kicked off tonight. I don't know what kind of foot they've got in their kicker. But even if you go to the midfield, you got Zyshawn White and Leo Jones and Sammy Gandy. I mean, that's not much of a better option as far as speed. You have 5 hard-hitting speedsters in that backfield. You almost want to say you might fare better to try an onside kick. And that's exactly what they do.
The ball is down to the 44-yard line.
And that's going to be Dawson May who downs the football, and Southern Nash will take over 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line here to start the second half. So once again, great field position for the Firebirds. But honestly, like I was saying, that might have been your best option. With those 5 guys back there to receive, there's really hard to pick one to kick away from.
Exactly.
Alford back in at quarterback. Vic on the pitch. He'll take it around the right end. He slips a couple of tackles. He'll be into Griffon territory down to about the 40-yard line. That's going to move the sticks.
Jackson Vic on the carry.
And the other thing with the core of runners and legs that Coach Batchelor has, these guys are staying fresh.
Yeah, they definitely are. And, with Rocky Mount, that defense, they ain't really interchanging the guys as much. So Southern Nash is wearing the Rocky Mount defense down. I mean, you look at some of them, and I can see the hands on the knees already here, and it's only a little bit of the third quarter.
Vic gets the pitch again. He'll go step back on the right end, finally be taken out of bounds down to about the 37-yard line, 38.
D'Angelo Johnson on the tackle.
And it'll be to the 37s because that's going to bring up second down and about 6 here for the Firebirds.
And, looking at the stats so far this season, Jackson Vick 637 yards, Mitchell 548, and Gandy 525.
And Mitchell will get the handoff this time. He'll cut it back up the middle, out across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line.
Raquel Knight on the tackle.
That's one thing we haven't seen happen tonight from the Firebirds is the huge run play. We had a couple of big runs that got called back on a penalty, but really you haven't seen that one explosive run that generally happens for Southern Nash.
Normally last weekend when I was calling the Bun game, they were scoring fast and often.
It's kind of been more the ground and pound look this time. And I'm trying to see who that was on the carry because he got hit hard and slow to get up.
I think
is that Palacios again? And he's going to go down. He's injured.
Taquan Williams on the tackle. It is 4th down.
And that's going to bring up 4th down and short here for the Firebirds. Palacios is down on the field. He's pointing to his knee. He got hit hard and kind of flipped backwards on the tackle. But he seems to be under pretty good power of his own as he'll jog back to the sideline. Great to see that for tonight's captain. Or one of tonight's captains. And it looks like Coach Batchelor is going to go for it here on 4th and 1, which makes sense.
Makes sense.
He's gone for it every other time tonight. And that's going to be around the end. Trey Mitchell, and if he didn't step out of bounds.
He stepped out.
They're going to say he did step out of bounds. He broke that around the left end into the end zone. It looks like he stepped out inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line, or 18, 19-yard line.
19-yard line.
Will be enough to move the sticks. And this time right up the middle goes Sammy Gandy. And he drags 2 of the Griffons into the end zone. Touchdown, Firebirds.
Sammy Gandy on a Southern Nash touchdown.
So Sammy Machine Gun Gandy takes it to the house with 9:48 remaining here in the third period. Now 30-0 up on the dark side Haunted Estate scoreboard. Daniels on for the extra point attempt. His last attempt was partially blocked. And this one will split the uprights and make it 31-0. As Southern Nash goes back and prepares to kick off once again to the Griffons, and that will remind everyone that tonight's game is sponsored by Vandermark Sod Farm. They are a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 different types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. And, of course, they are a longtime supporter of Southern Nash football as well as all of Southern Nash athletics. And it's through opportunities like that with sponsors like Vandermark that allow some of these young men to be seen by different colleges, as has been evident lately if you're watching college football. You have seen them spread all over in the different various teams from D3 to D2 to D1. And Walkowitz again with the high kick down to the 20-yard line. It's going to be fielded. There will be a return attempt, and he is going to be stopped dead in his tracks as Cameron Jones at the 20-yard line. Looked like there was some confusion, like he might have wanted to do some type of reverse handoff because he actually took steps backwards. So the junior quarterback, Stephon Jones, will step back in and try to get something going here for the Griffons. I'm sure Coach Battle would love to get on this board as soon as possible if they even have a chance to get back in this game, trailing 31-0. And that'll be a handoff up the middle, and that's going to be Elijah Battle on the carry. He'll take it down for a gain of 8, possibly 9 yards on the carry. We'll give him 9. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 1 on the nice carry from Battle. And once again, the handoff. This time it's going to be Cameron Jones, who's got room to run. He'll cut it back inside to keep from going out of bounds down to the Southern Nash 35-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 36. The clock will continue to run. But a huge run there for the Griffons and Cameron Jones into Southern Nash territory. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Firebird 36-yard line. Little misdirection there as the handoff is given to Jaquan Horn on the carry around the left end for a gain of about 5 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 5.
You know, they got a promising drive going here. Rocky Mount does. We'll see what happens here. 2nd down, and depends on how the penalties go.
And Jones will get the ball again around the left end. He's going to step out of bounds.
He's out of bounds. Tackled by Kingsbury Evans. It is a first
And it
down
looks
for the
like they're going to
Griffons.
mark him down at the 15-yard line. So that'll be 1st and 10. Jones back under center. And he's going to hand this off to Jones again up the middle,
Cameron Jones straight up the middle.
down to about the 12-yard line.
Tackle by Tabor.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 7 here. Jones looking to pass, has got a man open over the fingertips
Pass is incomplete.
Elijah
to
Battle.
Elijah Battle. That's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
It is 3rd down.
And it looks like Jones is going to see something he doesn't like and ask for a play change. And Rocky Mount will call a timeout with 7:24 remaining in the 3rd period, as Rocky Mount once again is threatening to score. And what I'd like to do right now is send a special shout out to Ellie Lane Pace. She is the newborn daughter of one of the coaches at Southern Nash, Chris Pace, and his wife, who was one of the teachers at Southern Nash, Abby Pace. So congratulations, you guys, in bringing another little Firebird, the newest Firebird, into the family. And Ellie Lane Pace. Can't wait to see it, some football and some baseball games. So you can watch Dad working hard, prepping that field. Hey, congratulations, guys. And the run around up the left side is Horn. He's down inside the 5-yard line, or at the 5-yard line. It's going to now be just shy of the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down and about a foot for the Griffons.
If Rocky Mount wants any chance of getting back in this game, they got to get a conversion here.
Flags come in. Offsides against the Firebirds. That'll be the automatic 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal now for the Griffons, as the ball goes half the distance to the goal line. That'll be from the 3. 1st and goal from the 3.
Were they even set?
I was wondering how suddenly that was offside. But hey, we're not the officials. We're not down
That's
there.
true.
So Jones steps back under center. He's going to hand this off, and into the end zone untouched goes Elijah Battle. And Rocky Mount gets on the board for the first time tonight here with 6:39 remaining in the 3rd period up on the Dark Side Haunted Estate scoreboard.
Ethan Buck in to try the extra point.
So the first extra point attempt for the night for the Griffons, and it is good.
Kick is good.
And the score now moves to 31-7. Southern Nash leading Rocky Mount with 6:39 remaining here in the third period.
The concession stand has.
And of course, we want to give a little info on tonight's scoreboard sponsor, which is Darkside Haunted Estates. They are a real haunted adventure now in its 40th year of chills and thrills. Open every Friday and Saturday night in October near Middlesex. Visit darksidehauntedestates.com for tickets and directions. That's Darkside Haunted Estates, all one word, all lowercase. darksidehauntedestates.com for tickets and directions. And I can tell you, these scenes that are set up in this haunt are professional. And if you are of the faint of heart, you might want to check your pacemaker before you go in there, because it's pretty daggum scary.
Vic and Mitchell are deep for Southern Nash.
So the kickoff here from the Griffons, and it will go deep. And they kick it to the Jackson Vick side of the field. And he'll be returning. A nice spin move and drags a few of the Griffons out close to the 40. Going to be down at about the Southern Nash 38-yard line.
Vick on the return. There's a flag on the play.
And there is a flag on the play, of course.
Same song, different verse from last week.
And it's going to be against
Personal
the
foul
Griffons,
against the
a personal foul call. Didn't expect to see that one. And that's going to tack another 15 yards. And that will put Southern Nash immediately into Rocky Mount territory. First and 10 from the Rocky Mount 47-yard line. Seeing a whole lot of yellow hankies tonight. You know how to make those yellow hankies dance, don't you? Put a little boogie in them. Oh, God, that was so bad. The dad jokes come out during the football game. And that was Justin Braswell on the carry. A gain of about 1 on the play. Bring up second down and 9.
Braswell, the ball carrier. Tackled by.
You sure were quiet after my dad joke, man. You didn't find that funny or cute or anything? I see you laughing over there. Brock Offer gets a little hung up. Not sure. It looked like a busted play, and he was able to turn that into a gain of about 3 as he dove through the line.
I don't know if that was what was designed, but, I mean, he got positive yardage out of it. It looked ugly.
He got a terrible spot. Come on, give the kid some credit. He took a yard and a half away from him. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 here for the Firebirds. And the pitch to Mitchell around the left end again. He is going to be down close to first down yardage, depending on where he stepped out of bounds. They are going to say that he is just shy, as the chain crew had to move out of the way of the play. And it's going to be a 4th and a long one, actually. And, of course, Southern Nash is going to go for it here. And Gandy will get the handoff. He's down to the 35. Looks like he will get enough to move the chains. And, yes, the officials are signaling that. And it'll be a first down, Southern Nash, with 5:25 remaining in the third period. And there is a Griffon down on the play as the trainers step out to attend to him. we will once again cover tonight's big sponsor, and that's the Vandermark Sod Farms, a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. With Vandermark Farms, growing grass can not only be rewarding, it can also be fun and satisfying. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today. Now, we're getting word that a lot of you that are doing the pay-per-view, and I know I'm probably speaking to a lot of people, and it's actually not live, so we understand there are some technical difficulties. We found that here in the press box with some of the internet connections. We are trying to work to restore that. You will be given access to it later, and I'm sure that we'll be reaching out to you after the game concerning what you paid to have the live game, and we apologize for that. But unfortunately, one of the conversations we had to start the game was how these high schools seem to be the black hole of internet service, as once we get into these pits, the internet seems to just vanish. We tried several different things, so we do apologize. If some of you are happy to get it, good for you. We're glad. For those who don't, we will rectify the situation. Trey Mitchell with the handoff. He's around the left side. He's got enough for another first down as he's inside the 25-yard line of the Griffons. And another Griffon player is down.
It is a Firebird first down.
So the Firebirds will move the sticks one more time, and there'll be another official timeout for the injured player. As it looks like cramps are now becoming an issue. The player that just left the field in the previous play is being tended to on the sidelines for cramps. And there again, there is the risk that you run with having to play both ways. I know that with COVID and things like that, a lot of these rosters have been shortened, and it can make it difficult for these kids.
Injured Griffon is number 41, Jaquel Knight.
So hydration, a lot, the heat and humidity here for North Carolina is really a killer as well. And so hydration, and of course, eat your potassium. Bananas, obviously the great source. Keep those cramps away. Thank you, Arthur Perry, for always looking out for these kids. And you're the longtime trainer here at Southern Nash. You know, that's one thing that Coach Batchelor and his staff have really done a great job of this year is the constant rotation. Because you see these guys playing both ways, but you don't see them playing both ways every play. Is that another player that's in, or is that the same one?
No, it's another one.
So this is a third player with cramps. And that is really a tough break for the Griffons and Coach Battle, as they're now having to contest and contend with the leg cramps that seem to be setting in on several players.
You know, Brent, while we got a moment here, you know, a couple of weeks ago we were on the broadcast and we mentioned Don Farmer, who he's a longtime supporter of Griffon athletics. He tragically lost his life in a motorcycle accident, and tonight's the first night I've been back up here in the press box since the accident, and it just feels weird not looking over my left shoulder and seeing Don Farmer on operating the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I know he was a real close personal friend of Mike Gainey, the AD, here at Southern Nash, as well as a friend to all of the Rocky Mount staff and team. And as I mentioned when we talked about it on the broadcast a couple of weeks ago, it's all family.
Exactly.
I mean, Nash County's a family. We may be playing against each other, we're a family. You can see his initials there at midfield. So once again, thoughts and prayers out to Don Farmer's family. As Jackson Vick now breaks around the right end down to the 5-yard line, and another big run and a first down for the Firebirds. And didn't mean to interrupt the mention of Don Farmer with the play. But once again, we do want to send our condolences out to the Rocky Mount family, the extension of our Nash County family, and specifically to Don Farmer's family. Vic on the carry again, and looks like he's going to do a leap. And they're going to say he got in. Another touchdown for Southern Nash with 4:19 remaining in the third period. And it looks like there are some other Griffon players that are limping as the cramp issue continues.
Jonathan Daniels to try the extra point.
A lot of slow-moving guys out there. And, of course, when you stop like that for a period of time and then start back, that does not help either. And Daniels' kick will split the uprights. And it's now 38-7 as the lead goes back to 31 in favor of the Firebirds with 4:19 remaining in the third period up on the dark side of Haunted Estate scoreboard.
Alex to kick off. Cameron Jones and DeAndre Manning are the deep men for the Griffons.
And the ball comes loose.
On the return, the ball has been fumbled.
On the deep kick. The ball's waiting for the signal here to see who got possession of the football. And it looks like Rocky Mount did recover. So it will be Rocky Mount football, but way deep in their own territory. Looks like about the 3-yard line.
The ball is on the 3-yard line.
So the first deep kick of the night for the Firebirds. And it's mishandled and puts the Griffon backs against the goal line now as Jones will be working from his own end zone. And the flag's going to come out, and it's going to be a delay of game called here against the Griffons.
Delay of game against the Griffons.
That's going to move it half the distance to the goal line. So the ball will now be on the 1.5-yard line. Another flag comes in, and it looks like the offensive line of Rocky Mount has moved.
Illegal procedure against the Griffons.
And that'll move it another half the distance to the goal line.
This will back the ball to about the half-yard line.
So that's going to put them at about the 3/4-yard line now. So absolutely no room for error at all. Jones will look to pass. And the pass is going to be caught. What a play by Stephon Jones to get out of the end zone. A great catch by Alphonse. And that first down will move the ball all the way out to the 31-yard line. So a 30-yard pass play gets the Griffons out of a jam. That was impressive.
Yes, it was.
And there was good coverage on that.
Alfonso.
Yeah, Cialio Alphonse.
Flag on the play.
And another flag on the play. And that's going to be encroachment against the Firebirds.
30.
So that's going to make it now 1st and 5.
Yeah, 30 yards. Might start Alfonso again here. Nope, Battle.
Battle with the carry. The original hit by Dusty Hall in the backfield. And the rest of the Firebird defense comes in to stop that play. It'll be a loss on the play. I tell you, they're missing an opportunity. Thomas Copeland is over there on that left end, and he was limping and favoring like he might be having some leg cramps.
White's number 9, too.
Don't know if anybody has noticed that, but that could be an issue. There they are. They're looking to expose it. The long pass again to Battle. Well, excuse me, Alphonse. And looks like there's going to be pass interference called on Copeland, as Coach Battle did exactly what I guess he saw what we were seeing from up here. That's going to move it 15 yards and an automatic 1st down here for the Griffons.
It is a 1st down for the Griffons at the Southern Nash 49.
So that'll put Rocky Mount into Firebird territory at the 49-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. And obviously they're going pass as they're throwing gloves out to the receivers. Well, that's kind of telegraphing what you're getting ready to do. And Jones will hand it off. Stop at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Dobbins in on the stop. The initial hit.
Dobbins on the tackle.
Again, they're going to get a gain of 1, bring up 2nd down and 9 here for Rocky Mount. And it looks like Jones is going to look to pass again. He's hit by Dobbins as he throws the ball, but a great throw and a gate catch by Alphonse. It was proving to be the go-to receiver for Jones. And that's another 1st down for Rocky Mount at the Southern Nash 36-yard line. Jones looks to pass again and caught again. And this time it was caught by
DeMar J. Mitchell.
DeMar J. Mitchell.
Tackled by Yandy.
And that'll be another 1st down from the Southern Nash 23-yard line, we'll call it. It's kind of in between the 23 and 24. And this is going to be handed off, this time to Elijah Battle. And he's going to be tackled inside the 15.
Tackle made by Tabor.
And TJ Tabor in on that stop. And that'll be another first down, first and 10 from the 13 of the Firebirds. So Rocky Mount now being able to capitalize and move the football a lot better than they've been able to previously in the game. And the flag's going to fly in, and that's going to be a legal procedure against Rocky Mount. And that'll back them up those 5 yards and to make it first and 15. As there it is again, Kenneth, what you spoke about several times tonight during the broadcast, the plague of the penalty, especially when they get down inside the red zone and keeping Rocky Mount from scoring.
Yeah, it seems like every time they've gotten in there, they've just shot themselves in the foot. I mean, 38-7, you're trying to come back in the game. You can't have this mistake. And, I mean, you're this far deep in the season.
And it looks like Jones attempted a handoff, but the Southern Nash defense was in the backfield too fast. He can't even get to battle to hand the ball off, and they'll end up with a sack. So once again, the ball, it's moving backwards.
Jones is tackled.
And don't know if Rocky Mount will get another play off as we're now down to 10 seconds remaining in the third. And they are going to attempt to get this play off during the quarter. And they will not get it off, and that'll end the third period with Southern Nash remaining in the lead, 38-7 over the Griffons here on senior night in Rocky Mount. So once again, we want to thank tonight's big sponsor. That's Vandermark Sod Farm. Year-round family natural grass growing operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be the premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today.
Jeffrica Taylor.
And also as a reminder, sponsoring tonight's scoreboard for the Rocky Mount game is Darkside Haunted Estates. They're open every Friday and Saturday in October near Middlesex. Visit darksidehauntedestates.com for tickets and directions.
All right, beginning of the fourth quarter. No school tomorrow, but you need to call your ride.
So Rocky Mount again have moved the ball well, but then opened up a hole for themselves with a penalty and a sack. And Jones back again to pass, has got Alphonse open, and they're going to say it's incomplete. And that was not Alphonse. I made a mistake there. That was actually Dwayne Howell, the intended receiver. And that was not a smart play to let that football lie on the ground, because it was possible he had possession. Now, the official did come in when nobody touched it and signal incomplete pass. However, I'm not so sure the official was sure on that one. I got a feeling if somebody had fallen on it, whether it had been a Rocky Mount or a Southern Nash player, he might have caught it a fumbling down where it lay.
Yeah, it looked like he had possession, and he made that one move.
Yeah. Where is the instant replay? We got commercials. Can we get some instant replay up in here? Jones back to pass again. And this time it's going to be picked off. Jackson Vick with the interception, his first of the year. And he's still on his feet. He'll return it out to about the 34-yard line. Flags are going to come flying in again.
I think the interception is going to stand.
Yeah, I believe the flags came in after the interception because it was back down the field. They're going to mark him down at the 38. It will be against the Firebirds after the interception. It's a holding call, so that'll back it up to somewhere between the 28 and 29-yard line of Southern Nash. But Now a costly turnover by the Griffons. Once again made it into the red zone. Backed themselves back up and then threw an interception. Offered back in at quarterback. And Trey Mitchell with a sweep around the left end. He'll cut back inside. He'll be hit hard. The ball comes loose. It's out. Still out. It looks like it went out of bounds, and that is what the officials will say. And so it will remain with Southern Nash. It was anybody's football until it went out of bounds. So actually a lucky break there for the Firebirds that the football went out of bounds, because the blue jerseys way outnumbered the white jerseys in that scramble.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I think Southern Nash caught a break on that one.
And Mitchell will get the ball again. This time he's hit in the backfield, and it looks like will actually be thrown for a loss.
D'Angelo Johnson with the stop.
Clock now passing the 11-minute mark remaining in the game up on the dark side on the state scoreboard. And Vic will take a pitch to the right side. Looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield. Manages to salvage a little bit of the play. Takes it out beyond the original line of scrimmage and down to about the 42-yard line. And that's going to bring up third and about 5 now for the Firebirds. And once again, the Griffons are going to jump off sides, and they're going to help the Firebirds out. I think this was a long 5, so I don't think it'll quite get to the first down marker.
Offsides against the Griffons.
It's going to be short by about maybe.
No,
now they're
they're
changing it and moving the chains. They initially were holding up their hands to say, hey, we're about a foot short. And now they're going to say first down. And the handoff to Gandy, who runs it down to the 40-yard line until it takes about 6 of the Griffons to grab him and throw him backwards. They're going to mark him down just shy of the 39. Excuse me, the 41. I'm looking at the field backwards now. Come on, Brent. So back into Griffon territory goes the football, and we're approaching 9.5 minutes remaining in the game. And Mitchell again on the handoff. He'll take it around that left end. He'll cut back. Still on his feet. He breaks the tackles. One guy can stop him. And a spin move into the end zone. And Traylon Mitchell. Called him Trey so much, can't remember how his name goes. Touchdown.
But there's a flag.
Personal foul against the Griffons.
And it's going to be a personal foul against the Griffons. And I'm sure that Southern Nash will decline that penalty. And the touchdown will stand.
42-yard run there by Mitchell. 7.
Daniels on the attempt to take the point.
And Jonathan Daniels on once again to attempt the extra point kick. And that one will split the uprights again. So with 9:29 remaining in the ball game, Southern Nash extends its lead to the largest of the night, 45-7 over the Griffons. And I can tell you, I'm watching these kids walk off the field, and I'm hurt. My legs are hurting watching them.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell the cramps are really starting to wreak havoc. And, man, much credit to these young men for staying out there and trying to fight and play through it. So they're actually assessing the personal foul penalty from the touchdown run.
Wow.
It was not declined. It is being assessed on the kickoff. So Wakowitz will kick off from the Griffon 45-yard line.
We're down to $2 apiece.
And he will go ahead and kick it out of the back of the end zone.
Kicked into the end zone.
Which I'm sure Ron will tell everybody tomorrow. I kicked it out of the back of the end zone. Yeah, from the 45-yard line, dude. And we're up here laughing. They just announced half price on the Chick-fil-A sandwiches. And I guess the game wasn't interesting enough to keep everybody away from the bargains because half the stands just jumped up and ran to buy Chick-fil-A sandwiches. And I am hungry. Somebody make a food run from up here, man. I could go for a Chick-fil-A. So handoff up the middle. This time
Destin Hayward, the ball carrier.
To Destin Hayward, his first carry of the night that I can recall.
Yeah, that's his first carry.
No gain on the play. Bring up second down and 10 from the 20. And there's going to be motion again from the Griffons.
Flag on the play. Illegal procedure against the Griffons.
And that's going to back them up. Be second and 15. And handed off to Battle, who breaks free up the middle. I even lost the ball in that play. He'll take it out to the 40-yard line. So a 25-yard gain on that carry. It'll be first and 10 here for the Griffons. And Battle gets the call again. He'll take it out across the 45 to about the 47.
He picks up 7 yards.
It's going to bring up second down and 3 for Rocky Mount. And Battle gets the call yet again. He's across the 50. That'll be enough for a first down.
Battle has the first down. Tackled by Bryson Richardson.
And it'll be first and 10 from the Southern Nash 48 for the Griffons. As Coach Batchelor now making some defensive substitutions. bring in some of the second string. There still is a mixture, so it's not totally second string. Tabron and Dobbins still in the game. And Jones from the shotgun. He's got Alphonse deep. Bobble nearly caught on the second effort. Good coverage actually there by Zion Nicholson. Alphonse tipped it, nearly tipped it to himself. Unable to get the grip and reel that in. And that's going to bring up second down and 10. And this time the handoff. And
Isaiah Silver.
That is Isaiah Silver, who's going to take it around the left end all the way to the house. That his first carry of the night. As Coach Battle now getting in some of his substitutes. And
48.
that one pays dividends as Silver takes it to the house for the score.
And that's Christian Buck on to attempt that PAT.
And that's going to be short. So with 7:01 remaining in the game, Rocky Mount puts 6 on the board, but Southern Nash remains soundly in the lead, 45-13 over the Griffons, up on the dark side Honda State scoreboard. So one more time, we want to thank Vandermark Sod Farm for sponsoring tonight's game. They are a year-round family natural grass operation serving Central and Eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs today.
Samuel Staracki to kick off. Mitchell and Vick are deep for Southern Nash.
So Rocky Mount on for a rare kickoff tonight. Vick and Mitchell back deep. And this will be kicked to Jackson Vick, who will attempt a return. Initially hit at the 20, and he's not going to get too much further after that. Out to about the 24-yard line. And Vick takes a hit. Looks like he's got some cramps, as he has helped off the field. He's already had a cramp issue one time tonight. And it's probably time for Jackson to call it a night, as with just under 7 minutes remaining in the game and a 32-point lead. And Leo Jones hit hard in the back, and the ball is taken away from Jones. Absolutely taking away as DeAndre Lynch, the big man, takes the ball and runs it into the end zone. There is a flag on the play, however. So we'll wait to see if that stands. I mean, that 280 pounds 6'3", came back there hard and fast and put a hit on Leo Jones and just took the ball right out of Junior's hands. The penalty was against Southern Nash. It'll be declined, and the touchdown will stand. So just like that, it is now 19-45.
Number 9, DeAndre Lynch. Fumble return.
Yeah, that's a tough one to call, fumble. I mean, he just stripped it. The ball never hit the ground. Yeah. He took it right out. I know technically it's a fumble, but he just took it right out of Junior's hands and took it in the end zone. I mean, he hit him hard. Shoot, 280 pounds, 6'3" coming to me. I'd probably hand him the daggone ball.
Now you sound like Roy Williams. Daggum.
Well, I can't say what I wanted to say. We are live on the air. And this kick is going to be good. And it is now 45-20 in favor of the Firebirds. 6:46 remaining up on the dark side, Honda State scoreboard.
Flag on the play.
Of course.
Stop me if you've heard that before tonight.
Personal foul against the Firebirds, roughing the kicker.
Personal foul for roughing the kicker.
46 to play in the game.
So,
45, the Griffons point.
I'm assuming they will assess that penalty on the kickoff. And we need to start recruiting somebody up here to go make a food run to see if there's any of those $2 Chick-fil-A sandwiches left. Are you headed down there?
The personal foul will be marked off against Southern Nash. The Griffons will kick off on the Southern Nash 45.
So now the Griffons will kick off from the 45. Get 5.
Samuel Stratton to kick off.
So Firebird set up for an onside kick, and it's not going to happen. As this one will go into the end zone, and the Firebirds will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Or 20-yard line, I guess. I'm sorry. This is not college.
Well, you know, Brent, we're playing on Thursday night tonight because this is work day tomorrow. However, Norton versus Franklinton will play tomorrow night. If Norton beats Franklinton, next week's game
will be another number 1 versus number 2.
Yep.
That's correct.
Conference undefeated.
And Logan Saunders now in at quarterback. And Jackson Vick on the carry up the middle for a gain of about 5. Going to bring up 2nd down and 5. Which I'm really surprised to see Jackson back in the game. And I think that was it for him. As the ball comes loose and then picked back up, it was like juggled. And I believe that was Mitchell Jones on the carry.
Mitchell Jones, the ball carrier. Tackle was made by Jaquel
And he
Knight.
turns what could have been a catastrophe into a first down. And the clock will continue to run as we approach 5.5 minutes remaining up on the dark side Haunted Estates scoreboard. And Saunders with the handoff again to Mitchell. And to Mitchell Jones. And he'll fight and scramble and spin around and get a whole yard out of that one. Bring up second down and 9.
Tackle by DeAndre Wentz.
I think it's a Logan Saunders. The roster does not have number 89. I know Logan has got some play time previously, so I'm assuming it could be Jake Cooper. So we're possibly being corrected here that is Jake Cooper. And Patrick, if you're listening, so sorry, brother.
DeAndre Wentz again on the tackle. It is third down.
Try to get the attention of Coach Rice in there. If you may have to step around and ask him, but I think that is Jake Cooper. Want to make sure we get this right and get the right recognition. And we're going to bother them since they won't update their max prep rosters. Mitchell Jones with the handoff again. He's going to slip and fall. Be a loss on the play.
Mitchell Jones, the ball carrier. Tackled by Jaquan Horn. It is fourth down.
And I think we're getting confirmation from Dad that actually is Jake Cooper in at quarterback. Fourth down. And looks like they tried to pull him off sides.
So just talked over Southern Nash coaches. It is Jake Cooper.
All right, cool. His dad confirmed after you stepped out of the room. So maybe we need to get his dad to update the roster on Max Preps. So play has stopped here with 3:02 remaining in the game. It's fourth down, and we'll call it a long 8 for the Firebirds.
Sweet.
Nobody out pizzas the Hut.
Appreciate it, bud.
Thank you, sir. We have had pizza delivered. They're little baby pizzas. Isn't that cute? And they are hot, too, man. So I apologize ahead of time. You might hear some smacking going on. And Southern Nash opts to punt for the first time tonight as my buddy Tenderoni gets off a great punt. It's going to roll down just shy of the 20-yard line to the 21. And that's where Rocky Mount's going to take over first and 10 from their own 21. And while they change, I'm going to take a pause for a minute here and bite me some pizza. right, we're back. Stephon Jones airs it out to Alphonse. And it's Pope. The ball comes out. They're going to say he was down. Sorry, I had the mic.
Stephon Jones pass number 31.
Stephon Jones completes the pass to Alphonse.
First down.
A 45-yard completed pass from Jones
Sorry,
to Alfonso.
I had Kenneth on mute too because we're up here. I ain't gonna lie, we're up here feeding their face with pizza. And 3 fat guys up here eating pizza may be scarier than Dark Side Haunted Estates. Because the lights are on in the press box and you can see it. It's not a pretty sight. Another runner on the left side.
And his number's not on the roster, I don't think.
Isaiah Silver, the ball carrier.
Isaiah Silver again,
Number
who
32.
carried for the touchdown a while ago. So Rocky Mount threatening to score again. Jones back to pass. He's looking for Alphonse with a little push. Creates that room. And another touchdown for the Griffons. As they have now cut it to 19.
It is a Griffon touchdown.
So with 1:37 left in the game, Rocky Mount on for another extra point attempt. And that's good. So it's now 45-27. Once again with 1:37 remaining in the game. Up on the Dark Side Haunted Estate scoreboard. And Rocky Mount scrambling and scratching and fighting to try to get some points on the board here at the end. Obviously, maybe a little too late. Yeah. So, as Rocky Mount prepares to kick off again, and I'm sitting here chewing my pizza. We just want to once again personally thank Keaton Vandermark and his entire family for being such super supporters of athletics throughout Nash County, specifically for Southern Nash over the years. And you don't know, you'll never know how much your support is appreciated. And how much it really has paid dividends for these young men to have the exposure that being broadcasted does provide. And obviously, we can't broadcast for free. There's always cost involved, and with these sponsors, we're able to provide that service. And we appreciate the Vandermark family for being a huge part of allowing us to do that here at the Tar River Sports Network. So the onside kick will roll out of bounds.
Kick goes out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
And so Southern Nash should take over right there.
There he is. Just zoom it in. Yeah, it should be pointing in the right direction. Just zoom it in.
Southern Nash will take over at the 50-yard line.
So there actually is a penalty for kicking it out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 Southern Nash from the Griffon 45-yard line after the 5-yard penalty is assessed.
45.
And they're going to give that 5 yards right back to them. as Southern Nash jumps off sides.
The Firebirds go to one knee.
No, they didn't jump off sides. They've gone into victory formation. As the clock runs down. So this game will come to an end, and Southern Nash will go to 4-0 in the conference, 7-0 overall, and should be taking over first place, as Rocky Mount will fall to 3-1 in the conference and 5-3 overall, and should fall to third, as Northern Nash will move into second with a game pending tomorrow night versus Franklinton. If Northern Nash is able to win the game tomorrow night, then next Friday night in Stanhope, it'll be once again number 1 versus number 2, as Southern Nash hosts Northern Nash, and one of the big matchups of the year, as we're still not sure of the playoff outlook and how many teams will go, but this could be a deciding factor as to who goes or who does not go to the playoffs this year. And with that, a salute from the players to the sideline, and that'll bring the game to an end as Southern Nash pulls out the victory here in Rocky Mount, 45-27. Once again, we want to thank our scoreboard sponsor for tonight, Darkside Haunted Estates, as well as our big sponsor, Vandermark Sod Farm, not only for tonight but for all they do. And once again, join us next Friday night live from Stanhope as Southern Nash hosts Northern Nash and another number 1 versus number 2 showdown. This is Brent Cohn alongside Kenneth Fly for the Tar River Sports Network. See you next week. We're out.
Or the field area for any reason. Furthermore, no one should go under the bleachers toward the visitors' locker room. Exiting the parking lot, you are welcome tonight to use the exit leading to Highway 301.